If a Macintosh can be made to look like an IBM Compatible, as we have just seen with Mac Charlie, then why shouldn't an IBM Compatible be made to look like a Macintosh? Take a look at these, a collection of personal computers which are, or soon will be, some of the best sellers for business use. If you look closely, you can see that the images on their screens are very similar to those produced by the Macintosh. The reason for this is that they're all running a new operating system. GEM stands for Graphics Environment Manager, which is a technical way of saying that programs are run by use of little icons, these pictures, instead of typing commands in at the keyboard. GEM gives IBM Compatibles all of the facilities found on the Macintosh, with one interesting addition, colour. It's running here on a Tandy 2000, an IBM Advanced Technology, an Apricot F2 which has only just been launched, and our old friend the Mac Basher, otherwise known as the Atari 520 ST. Jack Tramiel, the owner of Atari, has come up with another of those dreadful slogans which the computer industry seems to thrive upon: power without the price. At the moment, the price for this machine is said to be £900, including a colour monitor. As to whether that is how much it'll cost when it's finally launched, we don't yet know, nor do we know when it is going to be generally available in the shops. But Jack Tramiel has said that he will launch the machine on database from the PCW show this September. Before we get too excited about all these developments, there is a new machine on the horizon from Commodore, called the Amiga. One exciting fact that has not got quite so much attention is that the operating system was written in Britain by the Bristol software house Metacomco. Well done to them. From what we have seen of the Amiga, it certainly does look as though it'll set the cat amongst the pigeons. Commodore International wanted you to see it now, but unfortunately Commodore UK won't let us show it to you. We have made plans, though, to feature it in our PCW show special in September. Jane.
Now, if after all this news you're still determined to purchase a machine with the magic 3 letters or one of its compatibles, here's David Tebbett with some advice.
A question many people are asking is whether to buy themselves an IBM personal computer, in other words, play safe, or whether to buy a competing machine, something which offers similar facilities, but perhaps at a lower price. Let me introduce first of all IBM's range of personal computers. The first one was the immensely popular PC. The next machine to come along was the powerful hard disk XT. The PC and the XT make up the bulk of IBM's personal computer sales. Then came this portable. It's heavy and it's not terribly popular. Finally came the AT, a very fast, very powerful business machine. I won't mention the PC Junior. This was dumped before it even reached Britain. It's comforting to know that even IBM can make the occasional boo-boo. In the wake of IBM's activity came a wildly assorted bunch of competing companies, offering machines more or less compatible with the IBM. The machines we're about to look at have all jumped on the IBM bandwagon by offering more bangs per buck, if you'll pardon the expression. Some are very compatible, like this Compaq here, and the Olivetti. Just as compatible, but perhaps less well known, the Advance and the Zenith here. Two late entrants into the fray are those micro-pioneers themselves, Commodore and Tandy with its Model 1000. Some would say they've left it too late. We'll have to see. In general, machines which can boot up from a PC-DOS disk, run Microsoft Flight Simulator and Lotus 123 are about as compatible as you'll get. It's interesting to note that even IBM's AT cannot run Flight Simulator. Most compatibles are well ahead of IBM in value for money stakes. The Advance is so far ahead it's downright suspect. Some compatibles also run much faster than the IBM. This Olivetti is notable in this respect. The downside of such performance is an occasional software incompatibility. Some manufacturers, like Sperry, get over that by offering dual-speed machines. You can slow them down to match the IBM. Let's move on now to some competing but incompatible machines. These are machines which run the MS-DOS operating system, but the underlying hardware is incompatible with IBM's. We're talking about the machines like the attractive Apricot here, or the HP 150. One major difference of these machines is that you can't load IBM disks. And even if they could, then they're unlikely to be able to run the programs on them. This means that your choice of software is dictated by the appeal of the machine to the software publisher. I don't know many software authors, for example, who fell over themselves to implement the touchscreen facilities on the HP 150. HP has rectified this by bringing out the HP 150-2, which actually has the touchscreen as an optional extra. This future FX30 claims to be disk compatible with the IBM. It can read IBM disks. Here's an example of a file which I prepared earlier on an IBM XT. You can see it reads it perfectly. It can also read many programs. The Data General 1 is an interesting machine. It will run much IBM software, but from its 3¼ disks. If you need to buy programs in IBM format, then Data General will supply you with this disk drive. I should mention copy-protected disks. Many software publishers copy-protect their disks in order to prevent unauthorized copying of their programs. This means that the supplied disk must be in the machine at the time you run the program. Now, this is jolly inconvenient for people who want to keep all their programs on a hard disk, for example. It's even less convenient for somebody with a Data General 1 who's bought their disks in an IBM PC format. Here's some advice. Make sure that all the programs you need now and for the foreseeable future run on your machine before you buy it. I've given you some pointers, but if you want to go deeper into the subject, why not look at some of the PC magazines? Like these, they're a rich source of additional information. One thing is certain, IBM is increasing its grip on the business computer marketplace with introductions of machines like the AT and the much heralded PC2. The question is, how many of the compatible manufacturers will be able to keep up with this pace of change and stay in business? When you've got a clearer idea of your own requirements, why don't you come to a place like this, where you can see demonstrations, discuss your needs with professional people, and try out hardware and software for yourself?